Carnell Tate, Ohio State guy, local guy. I'm just shouting out a bunch of Ohio State guys.
It's okay.
Probably because they produce NFL talent at a better rate than anybody these days. But Carnell Tate would be a fit with an offense with Shedeur Sanders in the short term. Shedeur Sanders likes to hold on to the ball a long time. Carnell Tate's going to get open downfield. He runs really good routes. He works his way back to the ball. Give me that, then offensive line help in the 20s later in the draft, maybe trade back. But Tate is the pick in the top 10.
All right, speaking of the Browns, their new head coach, Todd Monken, sat down with, Kevin Clark at the league meetings.
Bang.
And he gave him some insight on the Shedeur Sanders situation in Cleveland. Take a listen.
I think you see playmaking ability. I think you see a player that is confident in his skill set. So when you see that playmaking ability and inner confidence, you say, okay, there's something to work with there. So I think that's the thing that excites you. What you see on tape are those aspects. A very young player that really didn't grow up in a pro-style offense. It's not his fault. Our job is to develop all the players that show up in the building and try to get the best out of all of them.
That was recorded last week at the league meetings. We also learned that Shedeur has been in the building, in the facility, while Dillon Gabriel is not. And Deshaun Watson was there and he wasn't, but he's been working out with the receivers. So, Kevin, speaking with Monken, do you think Shedeur Sanders should be the starter in Cleveland coming out of this thing?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't bring anybody else into that room. I would not include Deshaun Watson in this quarterback competition. I think it's a waste of time for everybody as far as what the Browns are trying to build. I also think it's chasing after justifying that decision and trying to make it look better than it actually was. It was the worst trade in NFL history. For Shedeur, I think it should be Dillon Gabriel versus Shedeur in camp. Shedeur wins that competition 100 times out of 100. He has a higher ceiling. He showed better film last year. I just feel like, listen, maybe he's not your franchise guy for the next 10 years, but in 2026, let's see what he can do. I'm going with Shedeur. Give him a tryout. Give him a long runway. Give him that confidence with that playmaking ability and that confidence that Monken describes shine through.
That's bold. J-Mac, Deshaun Watson apparently is healthy. The last game he played in was on October 20th, 2024. It's been 536 days since we've seen Deshaun Watson in an NFL game. What do you make of his comeback and his opportunity here to maybe contend for that starting job?
He's going to be a part of the competition, and I think he should. I think something that Kevin just said, where he said maybe Shedeur's not your future quarterback for the next 10 years, but for this year, well, if we don't know what the answer is to the next 10 years, then why not give everybody a shot that you have in that quarterback room to go out there and compete? Now, the last time we saw Deshaun Watson, it wasn't pretty by any stretch, so I'm not saying you should be handing the job over to him. I would start with Shedeur Sanders in pole position, and he would be my QB1 starting the offseason program. But he's going to have to earn that and keep it. If Deshaun Watson comes out there and proves he's the best quarterback in the room, why wouldn't you allow him to go out there and play?
Ben, you devour this film like no one else. What do you make of Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, and even Dillon Gabriel in that quarterback room?
I make that the 2027 quarterback draft class sounds like it's going to be pretty good. So let's keep our eyes forward. Let's look towards that. Listen, if Sanders walks in as quarterback one of this competition, it's not because of how he played last year. We need to be very clear about this. This was a historically bad rookie quarterback season. 64th out of 70 paper dropback. He threw an interception on 4% of his pass attempts, right? This is a historically bad rookie season. How he's a fifth-round pick. The Browns are a terrible team, and so it's understandable, but Sanders did not earn his way into a competition here. It is just the function of the Browns quarterback room being as weak as it is. That's wwhy this job is open. It's because we need somebody to emerge from a group of really not attractive options.
Interesting. Meanwhile, on planet Earth, I loved this. We're going to stick with Todd Monken because he made headlines last week. He missed the coach's photo.
Come on.
That everyone else, he missed it. And the reason was because he was getting a haircut. Was that real? This week, the reporters asked him again about it, and please take a listen to the beauty that is Todd Monken.
Oh, I really don't give a shit. I mean, it had nothing to do with me. I mean, they moved the meeting. I didn't miss it. I was just trying to get a sweet haircut. I mean, that's what I was trying to do. And then they moved the meeting. Now, you can blame that I should have been at the meeting when they moved it up, and my ass would have known that's when it was. Yeah, okay, I got you. And was it disappointing? Bet your ass it was disappointing. Would it my whole life to be a head coach? I'm not in the head coach's picture. You'd think with AI they could have done that quickly and got me in there?
Is he?
He's amazing. If you don't know Todd Monken, that is him.
I love him.
That is him. And as we see that soundbite, we see his interview with you, I asked the most important question. What do you think of the sweet haircut he got? I mean,
was that the haircut?
It was really
that was
good.
the haircut.
That was really good.
I'm going to give Monken some advice. 10 minutes in the morning, baby. Doesn't matter. You don't have to go anywhere. Just go in, hit there.
Just get rid of all of it?
Take my haircut.
Yeah, just shave it.
He was sitting next to Kevin Clark. He looked a little bit better than you. His haircut was kind of.
Oh, I think it's brutal. It's brutal.
Like, he looked pretty good with the haircut. It was sweet.
I disagree. I disagree on that one. I feel like I had the hair advantage in the interview. But yeah, no, I love the guy. I think he and McVay, they both missed the photo. They should have taken a photo together, inserted it, put it on the social media.
That's it. Exactly.
I suggested that to
right.
Coach Monk, and it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, we'll see. Guys, plenty more coming up.
For the off-season workouts, how do you see this path for him? If he's going to become the starting quarterback in Cleveland and he's going to give himself a real shot to be in that role into the future, how does he do it?
Look, I think he has to really master Todd Monken's offense, and that means playing on time, making great decisions, protecting the football, and having the offense look from a fundamental perspective the way Todd wants it to look. And look, that's just the reality of it. And I understand that now you're learning another system, another new system. You're going to be going up against a guy who is a veteran in Deshaun Watson, who some people have high expectations of. But I think for him, it's about making sure he masters this offense to the best of his ability. That's really the only thing he can control. And quite honestly, the only thing Todd Monken's going to be looking for.
Harry, how do you see that quarterback battle in Cleveland shaping up?
Well, I think for Shedeur, number one, you're dealing with the play caller and the guy that's your head coach that wanted you with the Baltimore Ravens. That's a plus. But I agree with Louis Riddick. You have to grasp this system inside and out. The other thing you have to do, you have to earn the trust of not just your teammates, but the coaching staff and the people in the front office upstairs. If those people cannot trust you, especially your teammates, you're not going to be out there as a starting quarterback. But play consistently, take care of the football, and I think Shedeur Sanders will be okay.
Okay, we have much more football conversation as the Giants began their offseason program yesterday, their first under John Harbaugh, and one player noticeably absent was Dexter Lawrence, Sexy Dexy. We know he has made a trade request. John Harbaugh, I'm going to paraphrase what he said yesterday. I want to take the time up here to play it for you, but John Harbaugh basically said in a very politically correct way, we want him back, but that's what you say. Do you, if you were the New York Giants right now, I got Lewis and Harry Douglas with me. If you're the New York Giants right now, you trading away Dexter Lawrence?
I would be very reluctant to do so. I mean, you've got a guy on the right side of 30 years old. He's one of the most double-teamed defensive tackles in the National Football League because of the fact that the guy can push the pocket. His production dipped a little bit this year, but that's not indicative of where he's at in his career. This is a team that really struggled to stop the run this year. What's your next best alternative? You're not real deep at the position. You're going to really replace this guy, you know, when it comes to the draft. You think you're going to get a one-for-one exchange there? Probably not. Look, this really just comes down to money. That's what it's going to come down to. Dex wants to be paid. He wants to be paid like some of the best interior players in the NFL, which is upward around $30 million per year, right around that area. And he is underpaid right now, relatively speaking. We'll see how this goes.
All right, we'll keep an eye on the Dexter Lawrence situation. But of all the things that came out of the Giants yesterday, that, to me, was not the most interesting one. The most interesting one was Matt Nagy. He's the Giants' first-year offensive coordinator. He was asked about the quarterback that he's there to continue grooming, and that's Jackson Dart. And listen to what the coach said.
Now, I remember then at the Combine, us not really being in the quarterback market, watching him, you could see this moxie that he had, and he had this it factor. When I got here to New York and got to meet him, you could tell right away that everything was true. I mean, this kid is different that way. I know he had a great year last year, but we want to make it even better and continue to have him grow, and I want to be there to help him.
Big spotlight on Dart, big spotlight on Nagy as the Giants. They're a team a lot of people, and by a lot of people, I'm raising my hand, I'm one of them, think could make a huge jump this year if things break their way. Harry, what do you think? If Jackson Dart gets this thing going in the right direction, what could you see the Giants do in this coming year?
Yeah, I see them making the playoffs, Greeny. I said it as soon as John Harbaugh got hired there, before they made the moves of Patrick Ricard and bringing Isaiah Likely. And we seen yesterday in Peter Schrager's mock draft that they